Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at Locked On Security, and I'm just testing out a live stream AMA. Basically, ask us anything. I want to see if there is any interest in us doing this. Basically, we are automotive security experts. We do dash cameras, remote starts, 12-volt car audio, that type of thing. And I'm here to answer any questions that anybody may have. Now, I'm watching for viewers. Obviously, this is unannounced, so I don't know if this is going to be a hit or a flop. We've tried it in the past. It seemed to have some success, but we didn't keep it going. So, this is something I just want to test out and see how it goes. So, here I am. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Again, we do automotive electronics, security, dash cameras, remote starts. We would love to assist in any questions you may have. A lot of people are always asking us about do-it-yourself remote starters. We sell a lot into the do-it-yourself community, and if there's any technical support questions or anything, feel free to ask us something in the chat. Otherwise, this is probably going to be a bit of a boring thing. Oh, okay, how long have we been in business? We've been in business since 2003. Currently in Markham, we've been there since 2013 and going strong. We recently expanded, well, recent being before the pandemic, we expanded into 3 units. We were originally in two. Now we've got unit 4, 5, and 6. We've got a 6-car install bay with 2 bay doors, and it's an ever growing industry. I've been in the industry since 1997, actually. When I was in high school, I was really interested in 12 volts. I was really, or car stereos, I should say, and didn't do very well in school. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let's give car electronics a try. So basically, blew up a bunch of stuff when I was younger and ended up going to work as a co op student at a local car stereo installation center. And pretty much the rest is history. Continued working from there. Thanks, Fabio. I really appreciate it. And Superman, I really appreciate that too. I mean, I know, I think we've done a lot of work for you guys in the past, and we want to continue doing work. And obviously, we're here trying to do different things like this, innovate a little bit so that we can answer people's questions and, grow the industry. Because a lot of times this industry is very closed off. People don't like to answer a lot of questions over the phone or in person. Everybody's trying to sell you something. And ultimately, we are trying to sell stuff for our business, but we're also here to try and give back. So, hopefully doing stuff like this can help out. So yeah, I mean, basically it's the coming into summertime, so car audio season is almost upon us. We are looking forward to a lot of cool new products coming out this season. Hopefully, the shortages are looking to be getting not as severe as they were in 2020 and 2021, especially. So we are well stocked up with car audio, head units, speakers, amplifiers, that type of thing. Auto security has been a huge thing recently. It's been extremely busy with regards to securing people's vehicles because there's been a lot of automotive theft. So we're carrying products like IGLA, Tag, Amber GPS, Air IQ GPS, all sorts of different things along those lines. So yeah, hopefully, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, you want to know anything, uh, let's hear it. Actually, the Sear thing is kind of on hold. It's not that it didn't pan out. It is just that unfortunately it didn't kind of catch on the way we thought it was. But there is some news on that front. There are some new products from Vase or Vias Tech that are being released or have been released that we're going to start trying to work with. So I will actually email you regarding Sear and those differences very shortly, Superman 76. So at least we can go through some of those. Yeah, basically, I don't have screen share set up on this live stream, but if you do Google Vase's website, I believe. Actually, let me just double check here, and I'll tell you. Vase Sear. Here, I'll post it here for you. The link to it. Essentially, there's some new products coming out. So there is a push button start system with passive keyless entry, and then the passive keyless entry based on proximity. So the original Sear product was the passive keyless entry based on proximity, and the new Sear product is the push to start button conversion kit. So Uh, Over the years, a lot of people have been interested in converting their key start vehicles into push to start vehicles. The Sear product, push to start button with passive keyless entry, gives you the ability to essentially convert your vehicle into push to start just like the OEM. So, what's really cool about that is now you would get the benefit of the OEM push to start systems, which is proximity unlock, proximity lock, as well as the keyless push button access. So, see, we got 3 viewers here, not that many viewers, but if any of you guys have any questions, feel free. Do hit me up with a chat. Give me some things to talk about. I'm sure there's lots of stuff that people are interested in knowing about 12-volt technology. We just did a YouTube video actually regarding the Rydeen Tombow 360. For all of our viewers out there, do tune into that. It's a pretty cool product. It's a brand new 10.1-inch smart mirror, and basically it has the capability of recording. It has a backup camera input, has a 360-degree dash camera, bird's eye view from the interior of the vehicle, and it has some pretty cool other accessory features and accessory mounts. um, yeah, so Superman, regarding the sear and the uses that you wanted to do, that is still on the table with regards to, lighting, walking up to the vehicle and triggering items. That's still available as well. What I'll do, it won't be today that I follow up, but I will follow up with you basically over the next coming days. Now, you're asking about audio repair, as you mentioned in your last email. Well, let me go over, because I don't think I saw that email. Let me just go into my email inbox and let's take a look and see if I can answer that question for you right now. Okay, so another interesting question, favor to ask. Would you guys be able to look at my car? Having a problem with the audio. I know there's an issue with my particular model of car with the problem that I'm having, but I don't think that I'm having the problem is related because to what others are. Um, So let's see. Cracking and popping the audio system. Is that something you guys are qualified to look at and repair? If so, what do you think would run me cost wise? Okay, so difficult to say cost wise, and difficult to say whether or not the accident with the drink would have caused the issue. Generally, when an issue like this happens, especially like with moisture and food or drinks that get into automotive amplifiers or car audio systems, generally what happens in those cases is the amplifier is what gets wet, and the circuit board and the circuit traces basically develop either corrosion or the stickiness from a drink cause problems. This is something that honestly, a repair center, somebody that does automotive electronics repair, would be more suited. But a lot of times with brand new vehicles like 2020, 2021, 2022, it gets difficult because you can't just take a lot of these stereos out of a vehicle and put them on the test bench with 12 volts to turn them on. You actually need the CAN bus, the data networks in the vehicles, or the like essentially the computer network in the vehicle to activate said amplifier or activate said radio. So it's probably something that we could remove the radio or the amplifier for you for. But what I would want, uh, Superman, if you could send me some more details of exactly where the drink spilled, whether it was on the door, whether it was in the center console, whether it was on the radio, and I can kind of give you some more details on whether or not it's anything that we could do. But as much detail as possible that you can send me would be perfect. And again, I will reply to this email as well. But if you could send me some more details, that would be fantastic. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's not something that we generally get into. Although one of my technicians, Sal, he is capable of doing electronics repair and is, while not certified at doing it, he may be able to assist with component replacement or things of that nature. Okay, so the drink was spilled on the dash. Well, yeah, that's a difficult one because if it did get into the head unit, um, you may be looking at some repairs or replacements with that. If it did get into the center sub speaker, maybe passenger front door, the crackling that you're hearing may be a mechanical crackling coming from the speaker, because if it got pop inside the speaker, like pop being a sugary drink, you may find that the speaker cone and the voice coil is getting sticky, so it's causing that mechanical noise as the speaker is trying to move as it's moving the air. So definitely something that we probably have to take apart. The areas that you think the liquids were spilled, we'd have to take apart and examine, and then try our best to clean if possible. And if it's not possible to clean, then we'd probably be looking at some form of replacement. So yeah, unfortunately, probably not as easy to fix as you may think. But yeah, sticking is probably what is happening there. Um, so yeah, I mean, I wish we had more viewers so I could get an idea. But what do you guys think of this format? Like, should I do a screen share format? What should we do? Should this be the a new way of doing YouTube videos? How do we attract more people to these views and answer people's questions? I guess maybe an announcement or a set schedule. But if there is anything else that you're interested in, even automotive talk in terms of like different concepts, different technology, that type of stuff, I'm here to answer. Complete coincidence, and is the known issue with Hondas? Difficult to say. We'd have to look at what that issue is, and if the symptoms that you're experiencing right now coincide with the same symptoms that have been reported on the internet. A lot of times, it can seem like they're the same, but sometimes your issue may be different. And I would probably equate it. I mean, your car, if I'm not mistaken, is quite new, so I think it would probably coincide with something that was spilled if that indeed was bad enough that you think it may have leaked into the dash or on the speaker cones themselves. So uh, what else do I want to go through on this broadcast? So we are in the midst of revamping our website, and I'm hoping to get people's opinions, even if there's nobody there now to give an opinion. Looking looking for opinions on our vehicle search feature. Link to it here. Essentially, you should use your current format to speak about products, but this form is good for getting lockdown awareness out there. A question and answer session on a schedule would be great. Yeah, I agree. I think what I will do is I will publicize it. I mean, Mondays are a pretty good day because they are not that busy for us. And I think that a set time, do you think morning, afternoon, or evening would be a better time? So, morning, afternoon, or evening for a Q and A session. Oh yeah, I spelled search wrong. Thank you. I did, yeah. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, as I agreed, yeah, a question and answer session on a schedule would be great. Morning or evening. Yeah. So right now, where I'm at, a lot of people don't realize I'm not actually in Canada at the moment. I am away. So I am 6 hours ahead. So for me, it's tough. Actually, it's probably easier to do mornings for me where I'm at, but I could definitely do this time of the day quite easily. Right now, for me, it is 11:17 p.m. So I believe it's around 5:17 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time. So I could definitely go a little bit later, maybe a 6 p.m. or a 7, but that gets pretty late for me. Um, yeah, afternoons would be difficult for a lot. Probably do, you know what? I'll try it both ways. I'll do a morning and then I'll do an afternoon and see how it pans out. So, yeah, I mean, basically, I think what else was I going to pose on here? Yes, what I think is going to be a huge growth section. Um, Thoughts on 3-channel dash cams? So I think that 3-channel dash cameras are going to start taking over the dash camera space. There's a link to some of the ones that we carry. Um, so let's take a look here if there were any other questions. And yeah, I mean, what do you think the best way to get viewers would be then, Superman? Maybe post on social media, get people excited for question and answer session. Is there any questions that um, you would like to see asked? One day maybe I'll look back on this video and I'll see I've got my core, my diehard fans, Superman, Fabio, you guys are the original fans. Maybe one day I'll look back and I'll be like, holy shit, there's 500 people on this live stream. Hopefully we get to that point. But I like experimenting with this type of stuff only to try and drum up some new business and kind of expand our market reach so people understand, you know, what it is exactly that we do and how we can assist them. Yeah, for sure. Social media, word of mouth, website store. Well, you know what? With regards to three-channel dash cameras, this is why I think it's going to become a big growth market. And the reason is this. So two-channel dash cameras have always been great because they record the front and they record the rear, which is fantastic. I mean, those are the two places that you're most likely to have a car accident occur from, and ultimately you want to be able to record those two angles. However, you're missing a lot of context, which is the interior context if something happens. So a three-channel dash camera really opens up that context in that you record the front view, you record the rear view, and now you've got that interior view. Now, it's always been marketed towards taxi drivers, Uber, Lyft drivers, that type of thing. But um, basically, I believe that the regular consumer should also have an interior monitoring camera, not only for car accidents and issues when you're driving, but also for vandalism, for break ins, for that type of stuff. So I do think that having a three-channel dash camera is definitely the way of the future. And what's cool about three-channel dash cameras is it's not just about front, interior, and rear view. It's also you can do front, left, right. You can do front, interior cargo. You can do, for example, in a school bus, you can do front, interior, interior. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do. You could do configurations. My link, the three-channel dash camera collection, shows a lot of these, but let me show you a pretty cool one: the GNet G-On 3T1 or the DR750 three-channel Truck Plus from Blackview. Both of these are super awesome new three-channel dash cameras. So I'll just post a link up to the GNet. Here's a link to the Blackview, which is pretty cool. Um, what else do we got here? So we have essentially uh, yeah, how many people out there want to pay for 3 cams? It's a tough call. I mean, when you look at pricing right now, pricing is in line. Like I got the VFO T133 channel. Yes, it's a Chinese made dash camera. And for those of you out there, I'm not knocking Chinese made cameras, but Korean made dash cameras are generally regarded as obviously a little bit higher quality and a little bit more expensive. But to give you an example, the T133 channel has a retail price of 299.95 right now. So 300 bucks gets you a front and interior all in one body camera and then your rear camera, and I'll throw up a link to this right now as well. And then you go up from there. You know, 324.95 VFO A130 channel. The G nets are going to be up there higher in the price scale, 500, 550, etc. The Blackview truck camera is going to be around $800, so it is expensive. But you know, ultimately, people when it comes to spending money on dash cameras, they're not really looking at the budget. More so, they're looking at the protection that the camera provides. So that's one of the things. It's a weird segment of the market in that in most of the 12 volt space, what happens is people are always on a budget and they always want the best at the lowest price. But with dash cameras, what happens is they just want the best generally for the most part. So you know, not saying that budget isn't important, but it's not the main thing when it comes to dash cameras. So I think it's pretty cool that that you know the three-channel market exists. And yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to some new four-channel products coming out soon. Right now, we have a four-channel dash camera for trucks, but these multi-channel cameras in vehicles, I mean, it only makes sense. You've got four sides of a vehicle, so why not have a camera on the front, the left, the right, and the rear? So it's one of those things that hopefully, as the technology changes and more innovation happens, we can get more lower cost products and more advanced products coming out. Speaking of advanced products, I wanted to just let everybody know that we do have some decent stock on car audio right now. And we have a new section for large screen radios. So I'm just going to throw up a link here to our multimedia receivers. We just recently got a whole whackload of Kenwood inventory in. We got the Nakamichi radios in. We got some Pioneer radio stock in. So perfect timing. This is the time of year that everybody wants to upgrade their audio. One of the other things I want to post a link up to is a new category we have on our site for large screen receivers, the new floating screen segment, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, I want to talk about marine car audio. So we are able now to gain access to quite a lot of marine car audio product. Here's a link to that. So if any of our viewers out there have boats, power sport vehicles, that type of thing, we've got audio products for you. And I just realized I called it marine car audio. That doesn't make sense because who drives a car in the water? Basically, marine audio products, whether that's head units, speakers, amplifiers, we've got you covered. We just took on a couple of new brands. We've got Clarion Marine. We've got Boss Elite or Boss Audio Marine. And then it looks like I got a question here. Ignition cutoff options. You mentioned three in your video. Which one would you suggest out of the two? They both had their benefits. So, ignition cutoff, first and foremost, for everybody that's watching, ignition cutoff options, where you are essentially remotely cutting ignition power to a vehicle. There is an inherent safety risk that you got to be aware of. And that is if it malfunctions, it could shut off the vehicle on you while you're driving. Now, generally, these things don't malfunction, but I have to essentially talk about this because it is a bit of a safety risk. But the one that I would recommend would be a remote ignition shut off that you can trigger through your smartphone. And why I would recommend that is because of this. You got to think if you ever got carjacked or robbed of your vehicle, it'd be very, very stressful. So I've never been through anything like that. I've never had a gun pointed at me. I've never been through it, but I can only imagine that part of my language, you'd probably be shitting your pants. You'd probably be scared. And you're not going to be of a right frame of mind to do anything complex. So, what you want to do in a situation like that, you want a product that's going to allow you to safely give up your car, allow the thief to take it, but when he or she is safely away, you're going to be able to pull open your smartphone and essentially hit a button and shut the vehicle down. Now, hopefully, the thief doesn't steal your smartphone. But what's cool about some of our smartphone products is that they are web and app based. So even if a thief steals your phone, any bystander, if you can get a phone from them, you'd be able to use their browser on their phone. And provided you remember your login credentials, you'd be able to log into the app that we use to control these products and essentially shut your vehicle down from there, which could mean the difference between you getting the vehicle back or never seeing the vehicle ever again. The way that these products work, they're based on GPS tracking systems. So it has to have a cellular and a GPS connection in the vehicle, which our GPS tracking systems that we sell do have. But that's essentially how the remote shutdown products work. The main one that we have been promoting is through Amber GPS. And the reason being is that their app is one of the smoothest and easiest to use out there for remote shutdown. But we also have another GPS system that we call Lockdown IQ. It's branded under the Lockdown security name, and it also has the same capability. The other thing that I talked about in those carjacking videos was a product called Tag Tracking. Tag Tracking is basically a passive vehicle recovery system, passive in that you, the owner of the vehicle, don't have to do anything. The devices sit in your vehicle, they get hidden, spread throughout the car. And essentially, if the car is ever stolen and you file a police report, which you would if you were ever carjacked, they will then take that police report and send a vehicle recovery team out to recover the vehicle for you. So there's that's another way of essentially recovering the vehicle if you are ever carjacked. And carjacking seems to be a growth industry in Toronto now. There's a lot of people that are becoming victim to this, and unfortunately, I think it's a new reality. I think it's going to be as the economy goes down, as they're predicting. I think that people are going to become desperate, and unfortunately, desperation leads to these types of crimes of opportunity. And what I am hoping to do is help people to obviously safely navigate that crime and hopefully get through it without injury, but also be able to get their possession back that would have been wrongfully taken by somebody that is brandishing a weapon. So um, hopefully that answers the question. A little long-winded, but essentially, what I would recommend would be an ignition kill to be able to remotely shut the vehicle down. I think what I was talking about in one of the videos was a starter kill, which is another way of remotely shutting the vehicle down. But you are shutting the starter motor down at that point, not the car itself. So you'd have to wait for the thief to turn the vehicle off before it was shut down. And yes, thank you, Superman. This is the new headphones. So very basic Logitech set, but it seems to have a better microphone than the other set that I was using. This particular area that I'm sitting in is like an echo chamber, though. So unfortunately, it may not be the best audio quality, but it's what I have to work with right now. So um, I don't know. I think I probably cut it short or cut this episode short. I don't have very much else to go through. The next one I do, I think I'll publicize it a little bit more in terms of trying to gain viewers, and I'll schedule it at a specific time. So keep watch on our YouTube channel, keep watch on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, that type of thing. I'll put a post up here on YouTube as well, letting everybody know what time we're going to go live. And in the meantime, I mean, I can give it another few minutes, maybe 3 more minutes to cap this off at 30 and see if there are any other questions. If anybody else is here, I think right now I'll just go through our site and see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Um, and just see if we get any more questions in the next 2 to 3 minutes here. So I think on the next one, I'll go through some of our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto interfaces that we have available, where you can add CarPlay to your existing radio if you don't already have it. We've picked up a couple of new brands, actually. We will now be carrying Grom Audio. I believe it is gromaudio.com. We have Auto Watch security products coming, which is pretty cool. Those are it's a competitor to the Author Alarm IGLA, but it's a more robust offering in terms of certifications through the insurance industry and such. So I'm excited about Auto Watch. We've been getting a lot of feedback. People want us to carry that, so we're working away at that. We also are potentially going to be carrying Clarion, Boss. We have audio control access, so we'll be getting that up as well. Hopefully, that'll increase some of the viewerships. These are all well-known brands. I mean, currently we got Pioneer, Kenwood, Sony, Rockford Fosgate, a number of those for the car audio brands, but um, these other brands are going to be in the marine audio space as well as the car audio space as well. Yeah, you know what? I mean, we're trying. I mean, I always am looking to increase our product offerings, even though that causes a little bit more complexity. I try to respond to what our customers are asking us for. And like I said, you know, people were asking us for Grom audio interfaces. People have been asking us for Auto Watch, and you know, the whole car security industry has been a growth sector for us. So we're looking to grow it even more. So I see we've been averaging 2 to 4 viewers. So we got 3 online right now. I don't know who everybody is. I know Superman, you're one. Fabio, you might be the other. The other 2 people watching right now, if you have any questions, hit me up. Heads up display market. Well, you know what's actually cool about the heads up display market? So we have a product from a company called Hand Show for Teslas. Um, we've had some other products too for generic universal vehicles, but I don't know. I always thought it was a little bit gimmicky. I mean, the products that we've been able to get for heads up display, they really only display what you have in your instrument cluster already. So I don't know. I never really thought that there'd be a big demand for it. But when you were asking about that, what are you asking for? Like, what do you want to see on a heads up display? Trying to think if there is anything else to go through. So we're hitting 30 minutes. Um, Yeah, I might. I mean, I don't know. I'm not always right. I mean, I just kind of look at the industry with regards to heads up display, and I don't know. Like it's caught on somewhat in the OEM, but not every vehicle has it, and it's certainly not a feature me personally has ever really needed. But I know in cars that have it, it is a pretty cool feature. It's pretty interesting to use. I think with heads up display, what'll really be a game changer is when the display technology can really start showing more in-depth info like directions and that type of thing, GPS messaging calls, that type of stuff. um, but I don't know if that would be a distraction or not. Like I'd have to see the product and also see how it's implemented and how it's, excuse me, how it's installed to make it worthwhile. So um, all right, so we're back up to 3 viewers. I think, well, down to two. I'm not keeping everybody engaged. I think I'm going to end this here. What I will do on my next live stream, like I said, I will announce it a little bit further in advance so people can tune in and hopefully have questions at the ready. And maybe what I'll do, I'll do a live stream from a different location to kind of give you guys an idea of where I am. Um, Thanks, guys, for watching. Superman 76, love the support. Thank you as always. Fabio, same thing with you. Thank you for the support. Like I said, maybe one day we'll be looking back on this saying, "Wow, there's 500 viewers or more." But right now, you guys are the OG supporters of the live stream. Thanks for watching, and keep tuned for the announcement of the next one I'm going to do. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.